right now we're looking at McCain going down in the polls. It doesn't look like he's going to come back. People actually believe that Obama won that debate last week because Obama was a much better speaker. But even he wasn't as good as Biden was tonight. I don't know what it is about these VP debates, why they seem to be better. But one thing is that obviously the expectation would be that she would come on the stage tonight and basically babble incoherently. That was the buzz on her. Everybody was expecting her to do that. Instead, she did a good job. I think she was able to convey to people, I ain't a ditz. I'm a pretty clever woman, and I know what's going on. I don't only know what's going on in Washington. I didn't hear any obvious flubs in terms of inaccurate information. But I know how to connect with you. I've been there. Now, Biden had a pretty good response to that. That is the crying episode. I thought it was pretty well planned. That is true. I don't know how much involvement he had with his children because he was commuting back and forth every day during those years. We obviously had a caretaker for them at that time. But we can go back and forth on that. But she's obviously a person who is a mom who has been taking care of 5 kids plus doing this. Mm-hmm. Honestly, I don't know how this woman does it. I look at her and I think to myself, I couldn't do one half the things this woman does. Right. She's a phenomenon to me.
Dr. Palin, what about you? What stands out to you?
Well, they'll be talking about her. They were talking about her going in to this and whether she actually had the capability to serve the country as vice president. And until tonight, she was becoming a drag on the ticket. Her interviews on network television were not going well. John McCain basically had to escort her, through interviews with network anchors and so on, and that there was some. And furthermore, she was becoming she was on the verge of becoming a laughing stock through Saturday Night Live and through basically using her own words in scripts that were used in comedy skits. This will be her checkers speech. I think she's restored her place on the ticket. I think there'll be some criticism of McCain as to what have you done with this woman up to this point? Mm-hmm. Why have you closeted her? Why aren't you letting her out? Why aren't you letting her speak naturally to people as she did in this forum? Yeah. You're wasting a very valuable asset here. She can connect directly with ordinary people. She demonstrated that. Yeah. Now, so I think she's restored her place in the ticket. I think she has earned respect. I think she earned Biden's respect as a one professional politician to another. She did what people do in debates, and that is answer the questions she wanted to answer. Ignore the questions that she didn't want to answer. Go on the attack against the opponent and defend your running mate. She did all those things. You couldn't. You could look at her performance and put that next to any other, previous presidential candidate, and you would see that that she has, that there would be no difference. Now, having said that, is she as qualified as Joe Biden? Would there still be doubts about her taking over the country if something should happen to John McCain? Yes, I think there are. But going into this debate, the expectation was, is she competent? And I think that's a low bar. Is she the best person to run the country? Is she the best qualified person to be vice president? No, but in terms of the expectations that were set, I think she has crossed that threshold.
Yeah. Who comes out on top in this debate, Joe Biden or Sarah Palin?
Well, given the expectations, I think both met the expectations that were set for them. Biden came across as someone who would be extremely qualified to be president. Palin came across as someone who would be at least minimally qualified to be president. I think at the end of the day, though, given all the controversy that's surrounded her since she was nominated, and in the past few weeks, you'd have to say that she was the winner of this, because she has restored her place in the ticket, and she's also, I think, she's also guaranteed for herself a real political future in the Republican Party.
Absolutely, I agree with everything, and that she furthered what she needed to do better than Biden did. Biden just maintained the status quo,
which is all he has to do, seeing as how they're in the lead.
And Palin advanced her situation. She may come out of this election as the one who will be the future of not only a party but maybe the country.
All right.